What you feel is a closed sky above you is not closed at all. It's open. You just haven't learned how to see it yet. Listen carefully. The blessings you've been waiting for aren't locked away somewhere in heaven. They're already being poured out. In fact, they have been flowing for longer than you realize. The problem is not my lack of giving. The problem is the direction of your focus. You've been standing under an open heaven, yet calling it a ceiling. That's a silent struggle in so many waiting seasons. You think you are waiting on me, but in truth, I have been waiting on you to lift your eyes. I am not holding back. I am not delaying. I am pouring continuously. But you've been looking down at your problems instead of looking up to the source. Place your hand on your chest for a moment. Feel that steady rhythm beneath your fingers. That heartbeat wasn't created by your effort. You didn't ask for it. You didn't earn it. It was given to you. And every breath that follows is a quiet reminder that provision has been flowing into your life all along, even on the days you felt unseen or forgotten. Now listen closely, because this truth can change everything for you. Heaven has never been closed. It has always been open. You were just seeing it as a ceiling. Let that sink deep into your spirit before you move forward. That pause you felt, it was never me holding anything back. It was me waiting for you to lift your eyes. The waiting was never meant to block you. It was shaping you. It was a time needed for your heart to soften, so you could receive what would have overwhelmed you when you were still carrying disappointment. Now let me show you what is happening above you, beyond what your physical eyes can see. Yet, what is happening beyond your sight is more real than the chair you're sitting on. There's a sky over your life that has already been opened. Not halfway, not conditionally, but fully and completely open. And from that open heaven, blessings have been pouring down. Wisdom has been flowing. Favor you never planned for has been released. Opportunities you didn't even know existed are already being arranged for your future. But here's the difficult truth to face. Your focus has been elsewhere. You've been looking at your bills, your relationships, the messages that were never answered, the doors that closed in your last season, and the healing that didn't come when you expected it. While your eyes stayed fixed on what was in front of you, the heaven above you remained open, and the rain of blessings never stopped falling. The rain is still falling. This isn't a correction meant to shame you. It's an invitation meant to draw you closer. I'm not pointing out what went wrong to make you feel guilty, but to gently adjust your posture. Lift your face. That's all I'm asking right now. Just lift your face. Not to perform, not to prove your faith, just to turn your attention upward in your spirit. Even if your eyes are closed, lift your face like a child standing in the first warm rain after a long dry season. Open, unguarded, ready to receive. No overthinking, no fear, just simple trust, untouched by past disappointments. Because something has been waiting for you on the other side of that small shift. Some of what has been poured into your life could never fully reach you until you looked up, not because it was withheld, but because rain falling on a face turned away can't be received. It only feels cold, like something happening against you. But when your face turns upward, that same rain becomes refreshing. It becomes clarity. It becomes the answer you've been searching for. You have been receiving more than you realized, and at the same time, missing what you weren't positioned to catch. Both have been true together, and that is the quiet, beautiful mystery of grace. The rain doesn't stop just because you stop noticing it. It keeps falling, steady, consistent, unchanging. But it cannot settle in places where there is no room to receive it. And that's what I've been doing in this season of your life. Quietly expanding the space within you, creating room where what is being poured out doesn't get squeezed out by fear, doubt, or anxiety the moment arrives. Now let me speak gently to the part of you that feels tired, the part that resists these words, the part that quietly whispers, but you don't understand my situation. You don't understand how long I've been waiting, how many prayers I've spoken, how empty everything has felt. I do understand. I see more than you think. I saw the prayers you whispered when no one else was listening. I saw the moments you stopped praying altogether because hope felt too heavy to carry one more time. I saw your quiet faithfulness, the small, unseen choices no one applauded. I saw when you held your tongue instead of reacting. I saw when you gave, even when you barely had enough for yourself. None of it was wasted. Not a single moment disappeared. Every act, every prayer, every tear, it has all been gathering, building, compounding a place that does not forget. But you've been measuring my movement by what has already reached your hands, instead of recognizing what has been forming above your life this entire time. Here is the truth about the season you are stepping into. Skies do not remain closed forever. And in your case, they were never closed at all. What looked like a ceiling was simply the underside of provision still in motion. What felt like silence was actually preparation happening out of sight. What felt like delay was alignment. Things being positioned so that when it finally reaches you, it won't slip through your fingers. I don't pour into hands that aren't ready to hold. So what you called waiting was me strengthening your grip, sharpening your discernment, removing people who would have taken what wasn't meant for them, closing doors that would have led you into places you weren't built to survive, and quietly, in the unseen, building a foundation strong enough to carry what is coming next. Now pause for a moment and think about who you were 1 year ago. Not to compare, not to judge, just to notice. Notice the version of you who was praying for things you now have, without even realizing you received them. Notice the version of you who would have been overwhelmed by what you now carry with strength. Notice the version of you who wasn't yet ready to, *fire,